what we are going to cover, and what is the importance of this course, who all can learn this course. That's what we have discussed yesterday, a small demo. So my teaching will be in this fashion, like I will split. We are going to learn first of all Selenium with Java. So Java should be there. You should have knowledge on Java, but I am going to teach the Java from the scratch. And how much Java we need, that also I told you, like we need to know at least 40% of the core Java that Java developers, full stack developers learn. Why? Because if you learn at least 40% of the core Java that is relevant for Selenium, you can crack entry. There is no need to learn 100% of Java. If you learn, that's well and good, but you are not going for pure Java development. It's a Selenium with Java, okay? Because Java itself, core Java itself, 40 to 60 days course. We are going to cover 40 to 45 days course Selenium with Java. So you don't expect, and there is no need to learn 100% of core Java, okay? So that's what I told you, like 40% of core Java. And I'm going to cover this Java not at a stretch. I will split into seasons. In the first season, we are going to cover these things, like the features of Java, how to install your Java JDK, how to configure the Java in real time or in your system. And we'll start with how the structure of Java program looks like, different components like data types, variables, the naming conventions, methods in Java, and the most important thing, Java memory blocks, and later on the object-oriented programming concepts, also called as OOPS concepts, like what is object, what is a class, and what are the four pillars of OOPS, that is encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction. This is just the list I told you yesterday. I have not given you anything more. Okay, I just listed, like this will be covered in season 1. So I will stop here the season 1 of Java after abstraction, then we'll move on to Selenium WebDriver. Why I stop here? Because WebDriver is an interface. Interface comes under abstraction topic. So unless until you understand what is an interface, you can't start WebDriver. That's the reason. Okay. So season 1 will be stopped by the abstraction topic, and then we'll move on to Selenium WebDriver. Then we'll see what is Selenium WebDriver, how to get that WebDriver, from which jar to get the WebDriver, and how it really looks in real time. And we are going to see the architecture of Selenium, how it's going to work. And we are going to learn about the methods, like 13 methods there in WebDriver. Why the 13 methods they have put, what is the importance of each method, what is the return type of each method, and what are all the arguments you need to pass, all those things that we are going to learn slowly there. Okay. Then web element, that means what are all the actions you do on the element. The element in the sense, whatever you see on a browser, I told you, like, is nothing but a web element. It can be a text box, it can be a button, it can be a link, it can be a drop down, it can be a table, it can be a text itself. Okay, anything. So how to do that? Because you may be doing some actions called click, or you will enter something into text box, or you will select something from drop down, all those things. So those are covered in these methods. Okay, in web element 16 methods are there. And locators, there are 8 locators to locate the elements, because you need to write this, you need to tell the script to locate the element. It is not like manual testing where with your naked eye you can see, like, this is a text box where I need to enter password or username or password, something like that. You need to locate by script itself. So there are different locators in Selenium, total 8 locators. Among that, we are going to use one of the popular locator called XPath. Okay, that is the XPath is one of the popular locator, or you can use CSS selector. So in real time, we'll be using any of these two. Okay, even if you have other locators also, you can write the expressions for XPath. So we'll be seeing like how to write XPath also in this. Okay, so those are the locators. And few of the topics like how to handle links and drop downs will be covered in season 1. Okay, so here I can include like XPath writing techniques also in this season 1. Okay, which I have missed yesterday. Fine. So that's about season 1. Once we are done with that, then we will go for season 2 of Java. where we are going to learn the very important hard topics of Java, I can say, which are meant only for interview. Okay, there may be chances of getting few questions from the season 1, but season 2 are the main or heart of Java, where interviewers will be focusing on. That is arrays, strings, collections topics. What is this importance of each of these that we are going to see? Like, okay, so collection topics, array list, hash set are the classes which we are going to learn. Then we'll see like exception handling. Exception, I told you, like there is something like error which occurs and which abort your program. If you want to run the program without any abortion, without any termination, then you need to handle that by means of exception handling techniques using try, catch, like this. There are techniques, okay, that we are going to learn here in the season 2. So season 2 topic seems like very less, but each are having its own weightage. Okay, arrays are very important. Okay, and unless and until you know arrays, you can't do anything on strings, because tomorrow you may have question in the interview, like you have a yesterday I told you, like there may be some simple string they will be giving you. For example, something like string equal to string str equal to something like this. Okay, 1 to a b c d dollar or f, something like this. Okay, HIK. So now they may ask you like how many letters, how many numbers, digits are there, how many alphabets are there, how many special characters are there, something like this. Okay, and yesterday I told you like something like this. There may be n number of questions will be asked here. So to know this, you should be good at strings and arrays. Okay. Yesterday I told you like tomorrow, if you have something like A, B, C, C, D, E, E, F, G, B, C, E. So they may ask some question like what is the first non-repeating character in the string? Okay. Obviously here it is F, right? Okay. So, but you need to write the code for it. So to understand that, you need to know all the methods in the string, and you need to know the techniques how to handle arrays. So that's the reason you think like season 2 seems like simple, but there is more weightage for it, and interviewer focus will be, starting point will be this. Once you are good at these questions and answers, then they will go for collections, and once you are good at collections, then they will go for Selenium questions. If you are poor at these topics, then the interviewer will be stopping the interview, almost like asking silly questions 4 or 5, and then he'll stop. Okay, so you should be strong on this topic. Okay, we are going to concentrate more on this season 2. It looks very simple topics here, but each is having their own weightage. Any questions so far? Okay, I don't hear anything. Fine, let's move on. So this is what we have just listed yesterday. That is about season 2. Then we will have something called season 2 of Selenium, where we are going to see like how we can automate radio buttons, check boxes, multiple tabs or windows, how to switch between windows or tabs, and how to handle web tables, waits, and calendars. If you have, how to pick some date from a calendar, and frames. This is the new concept in UI. I mean, we will be knowing like how to handle that, and alerts. You know, when we there will be some alerts coming up, so how to handle that. For example, now let's say I have something like here, rediffmail.com. Okay, rediffmail. Let's say rediffmail.com. Okay, so here, if you click this one without, this is one test case. When you click sign in without entering anything, it should give you something like this alert. Okay. So you want to click this OK here. Okay. Or you want to verify this text is present or not. That is one test case, let's say. So how to automate this type of thing? That's nothing but alerts handling that we are going to cover. Okay. Alerts handling and pop-ups handling. If you are having some web pop-ups, then how to handle those. So all those things will be covered in season 2. Okay, season 2 of Selenium. Then we will move on to season 3, which is also one of the important area to focus, because this is the base for the last topic of Selenium, that is nothing but frameworks. Okay, which is the heart of Selenium, I can say, heart of Selenium framework, because everyone can learn other things, these topics from YouTube or somewhere, somebody can teach you, but framework is the topic that is really need to be learned perfectly and properly. Okay, if there are many, of course you can see YouTube, but you will not get the real thing out of it. Okay, just blah blah only, but you will not get the real thing. So but anyway, we are going to cover everything from a real-time perspective with taking good projects here. Okay, that in the season. Before season 3, you should know something about file handling techniques. That is the Java concept, like buffer stream, okay, all those things, and how to handle Excel, how to read Excel, how to write Excel, update Excel, and how to read a JSON file, because your test data may comes in maybe in different formats. Okay, it can be in Excel format, or it can be in a JSON format, or it can be a comma separated file format. Okay, CSV file format. So you should know how to handle those things, because you need to take the data from those and you need to apply the data on your uh, application, and then you need to update the result as per the verification or validation. Okay, so to do that you need to know file handling and these techniques. Okay, apart from that you need to know one more thing under collections topic. I can say hash map, so which is used to store key value pair, which will be used in framework extensively. So you should be good at three main classes. One is array list, hash set, and hash map. Okay. So array list and hash set, I told you, like in season, okay, season 2 of okay, I think season 2 of Java, we have seen that one. Okay. So that will be covered here. So once we are good at these things, then we will move to season 3 of Selenium. That is nothing but the frameworks. We'll see how data-driven framework, modular framework, or keyword-driven framework works, and how to apply this page object model pattern. Okay, page object model is a pattern, it's not a framework. People have misconception. I have asked this question many times. People are okay, they are giving wrong answers. Page object model is not a framework, it is a pattern applied for your framework. Okay, so how to apply this page object model pattern for your hybrid framework or any framework, we are going to see. So hybrid framework we are going to discuss, because this is the one which will be used extensively in the industry. Okay, so it's nothing but the combination of these, any of the about three hybrid framework. Okay, then there is one more framework which is becoming more popular from last 5 years. That is nothing but BDD using Cucumber framework. Apart from this, we are going to work on something called TestNG, which is I missed yesterday. TestNG is the unit testing framework for Java. So you can either use JUnit or TestNG. We are going to use TestNG. So that is a unit testing framework, but this is user defined framework. We are going to integrate both. So by end of this season 3, you will be ready to answer any interview question. That's how it will be. Okay. Apart from this, we are going to learn few topics which we use in real time, like Maven project, Git, Jenkins, Selenium Grid for integration of cross-browser testing. All these things we are going to learn. Okay. So this is what we have covered so far in the yesterday's demo. Just we have given listed the things what we are going to cover. So any questions, whoever joined today? I will pause for 1 minute. If you have any questions, please do let me know. Okay. Okay, fine. So let me start today. So we are going to now start our course today. Okay. So we are going to start with Java. Okay. Start with Java. And I am not going to go in depth like what is history of Java, who introduced Java, in which year introduced Java. No need to learn all those things. No one asks you. Okay. Directly I'm going to start with features of Java. Okay. Features of Java, because you need to know something, at least features, because if you are buying some mobile or anything, okay, then you will get to know like what is the feature of this. Okay, you are expecting something, is it there or not? For example, you are expecting some megapixel camera, is it present in that feature, okay, as a part of feature of that phone or not? That way. Fine. Now what I mean to say here is, um, so Features of Java, there are many features, and the first feature is very simple feature. That is, the name itself is simple. Okay. Actually, I remember one of the question which I asked for offline students. Okay, not for this batch. Previously, or before 2 years, when I started teaching. Okay, 2 to 3 years back. When I asked this question, like, what do you know about Java? Or what do you feel about Java? One lady who was sitting in the front row, she answered a beautiful answer. That is, Java is difficult. Okay, Java is difficult. But you will be really surprised to see. For example, now if I search for, okay, if I search for features of Java in any Google, okay, features of Java, okay, let's see here. Let's go to images. Okay, let's go to images and see the features of Java. You will just surprised to see here. What is the features of Java? First feature, simple. Okay, if you open this one, it is saying simple. If you open this one, it is, okay, it is saying simple. It is saying simple. If it is really simple, okay, if it is really simple, then why there is Amirpet? Okay, where 70% of the courses, you take any Java full stack, Spring Boot, anything, okay, Spark, Scala, whatever, big data, all are based on Java related. 70% of the course. If it is really simple, then why there is Amirpet market? Okay. So actually, why these people have written simple? Because it is not like Java is really simple. Of course, we can, if we learn properly, we can at least make something simple. But it's not really simple. The context is very simple. That the context is, if you already know that, if you already know C++, if you already know C++, okay, C++ is one more language, the sister language. Okay, if you know already C++, then syntax is based on C++. Okay, if you already know C++, it will be easier to learn Java. That's, in that context they say simple. It is not like Java is really simple, right? If Java is really simple, then who will care? You will just start writing your work. Okay, okay, no problem, don't worry. So we'll make it as much as simple as possible. Okay, fine. That is one thing that made Java, that is one of the feature of Java. Like Java, if you already know C++, it is simple. And one more thing is, it has removed most of the confusing concepts, many confusing concepts. Okay, many confusing concepts, like, if you are coming from computer science background or engineering background, in the first year you might have learned about C language, where you might have seen something called pointers. Okay, pointers. So you might have seen pointers as one of the toughest topic. Okay, so because pointers is something which will be pointing to the memory, you need to use ampersand symbol, star symbol, something like that. Okay, so Java has removed that topics. What are those topics? Those topics are, so explicit pointers topic it has removed. And one more thing is, uh, it has removed one more topic called operator overloading. Okay, operator overloading. Operator overloading means, okay, operator overloading. So operator means anything you know, like, if you have something called plus, you know, like it is for addition. If you have minus, you know it is for subtraction, right? If you know it is star, then it is multiplication. If it is modular, it is division, remainder after division. It is by means division, quotient, like that. So overloading, in the sense, if you say like 2 plus 5, you know, like it is meant for addition, your expected answer is 7. But if you think plus operator can do power, also can do power, that means you are overloading. Like, you are not only writing something, you are listening music, that means you are getting overloaded, right? Or you are doing some work and you are getting one more task, that means you are getting overloaded. So in the same thing, if plus can do power, then you will have 2 plus 7, 2 plus 5 is not equal to 7. 2 power 5 is 32 in this case. There is confusion here, right? So Java has removed such type of confusion, as confusing topics called explicit pointers and operator overloading. Okay. So that's the reason Java is simple. It is not like just simple. In this case, in this context, Java is simple. Clear? Clear, guys? Okay. And one more point to be, yes, Anjanelu.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, please. Okay, thank you. So one more point is there is no need to remove the unreferenced object. So no need to remove unreferenced object. That means referenced object. So that we are going to see later on, but I will give small context like, so if you take in previous languages, you may need to write the memory allocation, memory deallocation commands by your own. It's your responsibility if you are going to develop something using the previous languages. Whereas if you use Java, there is no need for you to do the cleaning work. Okay. Everything will be done by means of something called garbage collector. There is something called GC, that is nothing but garbage collector, which will be going to do the deallocation of the memory. There is no need for you to take separate responsibility to clean up the memory. Okay. So in this context, Java is simple. Got it now? Why Java is simple? So this is the first feature of Java. Clear? Clear so far? Fine. So second feature of Java is object oriented. Okay. Object oriented. So object oriented. So before object oriented programming, there is separate programming called procedure oriented programming. For example, if you take the older language like Basic, Fortran, COBOL, C, even C language, all these are procedure oriented programming. Those programming are good for small applications. If you are going for big applications, complex application, then it will be very difficult to manage with those languages. That's the reason they have come up with object oriented programming languages. Like C++ is object oriented programming language, Java is object oriented programming language, .NET is object oriented programming language, even Python. Like that, many programming languages which are now taking birth are object oriented, because object oriented programming is nothing but some methodology, okay, to simplify your software development. Basically, it will simplify. This is the methodology, okay. Okay, methodology to simplify, to simplify, um, to simplify software development and maintenance, development and maintenance, okay, and maintenance, okay, sorry, maintenance. So by means of basically it is going, you can achieve this by means of some rules, okay. That rules are nothing but your oops concepts, that is nothing but your object, okay, that is nothing but your object or class, okay, object, class, and basically four pillars I told you like yesterday, that is nothing but your encapsulation, all those things which we are going to learn separately, okay, encapsulation, polymorphism, and we are going to learn something called inheritance, okay, inheritance and abstraction. So these are the four major rules or pillars, okay, of oops. So oops is a methodology. Don't think like Java is the only language which follows oops. No, there are many languages, okay. So Java is the one language, that is one good feature that Java adapts, that is object oriented nature, okay. That is the second feature which attracts us to move towards Java, okay. Fine. So anyway, we are going to learn about this one. This is our season 1, which we are going to cover mostly on these topics. The main topics of the season 1 are nothing but these four pillars, okay, that we are going to learn, okay. So that is one feature. And one more feature is Java is robust. Robust means strong. How Java is strong? That's the thing, okay. So Java is strong because it is more secure, okay. It is more secure because if you see it is secure. How secure? Because there is no pointers. So no pointers concept. That means there is no way to leak the memory. No pointers concept, okay. Because I told you like pointer concepts are removed extra explicit pointers are removed here. So there is no way to hack. Okay, so the Java is secure. And one more thing is Java uses very strong memory management. We are going to see this one, strong memory management, strong, okay, memory management, okay, memory management. So Java is going to have its own blocks for each, like we are going to see what are those 4 memory blocks in future. So that way Java manages the memory properly, okay. And Java is having, as I told you, like there is a garbage collector, GC garbage collector, which manages the, the memory deallocation. Okay, there is no need for you to separately do some action to clean up this space. Okay, garbage collector will be coming on its own when you run the program. There is no need for you to separately call garbage collector. So it will be coming and it will be doing its work and it will be going on. Okay, so in that way, so Java is strong. Okay, fine. And one more thing is exception. Okay, exception handling mechanism. Okay, exception handling mechanism. So Java is having a strong exception handling and type checking mechanism and type checking mechanism. Okay, type checking here in the sense, if for example, if you write something like int x is equal to 10, int y is equal to 20, you can't write something like, okay, uh, let's say you're writing something like string z is equal to x plus y. This is not possible, okay, because you are adding something x plus y, sorry, x plus y. This is not possible because you are adding 2 integers. It should be stored in 1 integer value. So this, when you write this type of code, Java alerts you or gives compilation error, like you can't. So it will make sure like your type is correct, your data types are correct. So that type of mechanism is there in Java. So that makes Java very strong. Okay, very strong. Fine. And one more thing is, okay, and one more thing is, sorry, Java is secure. Okay, secure. How secure it is, that I have already covered in robust, but there is one more thing that I want to cover here. For example, now let's say I will take a paint for this one. Okay, for example, let's say you are writing a code, for example, now in C language. Okay, let's say you're writing code, something called printf statement. Here you are going to write some code like this, main function. Okay, main function, and you will be writing something like system dot out here printf. Okay, printf is the function, something like, don't worry if you don't know C, nothing to go about the code. I'm just writing this to understand the concept, not the syntax here. Okay, let's say this is a C program. Now you will say with some, you will save this file by means of a.c, something like this, because if it is a C program, you will be saving with the a.c, or for example sample.c. Okay, sample.c, this is the file extension. If it is C++, then you will be using .c++. If it is Java, then you will be using .java. If it is a Python, you will be using .py, something like that. Okay, fine. Now when you have some program or some application like this, when you compile this one, okay, when you compile this program, okay, basically when you compile this .c program, okay, you will be getting 3 files here. Apart from this one, you will be getting 3 files. One is called sample, okay, sample.obj, and one more file is called sample.exe, and one more file is called sample.bak. Okay, backup file. Totally 3 files will be getting generated. Among this sample dot, okay, this sample dot exe is the important mission file. If you double click this one, you will see console showing hello world. That is how in C language it works. Okay, but now if it comes to Java, if you write the same program, you will be writing something like this in Java. Okay, so let me show you. In Java, you'll be writing some program like this. Okay, you will be having something called class. Okay, you'll be writing something called class. Now class is a keyword, something like sample, and you will be writing the body of the body of this. Don't worry about the syntax anyway, we are going to learn in our course. Okay, I will be writing something like here instead of main function, you will be having something called main method, which is public static void main string of args. Okay, string args. Don't worry about this one. Anyway, we are going to learn in depth about all these things later on. And then you will be writing same code, same application you are going to write. Okay, but you'll be using, instead of functions here, you'll be using some methods here. Okay, like system dot out dot println. Okay, hello world. Same thing, we are going to do that using, this is using Java. Fine. Okay, and now here you are going to save with something called, here you are going to save sample.java. Okay, and if you compile this one, okay, if you run this one, or if you compile this one, you will be getting a file called, sorry, okay, you will be getting one more file called sample.class file. Like how we have got sample.obj like this, you will be getting something called here sample.class file. Okay, which is a byte format. So now here this is exe file, it's an application, but sample class is a byte code. So this is mission code, but this is the byte code. Byte code can't be run directly on a processor. You need to have separate environment called JRE. So it is not easy to hack, or it is not easy for a virus to attack class files, whereas it can attack applications. If you have observed your laptops or systems, if you are getting slow, you will find first of all your applications are getting affected. Applications are nothing but what? Your .exe files. Okay, in that context they say like Java is secure, then Java is secure than other languages. Java is secure than other languages, okay, fine. That is about the fourth feature. Okay, and I will tell the remaining features tomorrow's class, because if I go on telling, this will be theory part. Okay, so that's the reason I don't want to bore you people as of now. I will switch on to one more important topic instead of going through this type of theory part. Okay, because no one asks questions from here. Okay, anyway, but you need to know something about this, why you are learning. First of all, what is the main attraction towards Java? These are the features. Okay, fine. Any questions before we start one more topic, that is how to install Java or JDK? Anyone?
Sir, sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you are showing only this Java technology. You are not any other technologies. How to use this Selenium?
Technologies means this is Selenium with Java course, right? Technologies means
Yeah,
what?
mean web developing.
Web development. That is, we are going to test the developed thing. Okay. Web development, you are not developer, right? You are tester. Okay.
Yes, yes. We are not using this Selenium in web development, sir.
Selenium, yes, we are going to develop scripts using Selenium and Java to test your
Okay,
web application. Okay.
okay,
So web development, that is again separate. UI technologies, you will have Angular, all those HTML, CSS, all those things, that is different. Okay, that is for UI development. Okay, we are going to test whoever already developed that type of code. For example, if I show you, like I have shown you, like rediff.com, for example. Otherwise, for example, simple irctc.com, this is a website, let's say. Okay, you are going to test the functionality because you are testers. You are going to see the functionality. Let's say the functionality is something like, you enter something here. Okay, so you enter something here and you search for something. Are you getting those things or not? That is simple functionality, let's say. Okay, you are going to test this one using the Selenium and Java. You are going to write the code. Okay, You're going to write the code. Otherwise, let me show you something, right? Because I have some code which you can just feel it. Okay, that is for previous batches. Fine. So let me share this. So let's say you have, and don't get panic after seeing this code. Anyway, we are going to learn slowly. Okay. Okay, fine. Now you see here. Okay, this is the project. My system is a bit slow. Okay, it is responding slowly. Fine. Okay. For example, now see here. You have something like framework automation. This is the project. Okay. If you see here, yeah, there is something called, sorry, testng.xml. Okay. Okay. I'm going to run this one now. Right click. Just it is going to test some application. I will show you how it works. Okay. Right click. Sorry. I will run as testng suite. So we have developed code here. We are going to develop this code, and what you see here is it is going to test the validate login functionality. Okay. Let's see how it's going to work. Okay. See here. So it's going to start the browser now. It is launching some application. Okay. It is going to enter a first username, valid username or valid password. Okay. Like this. And then it is going to close. And then it is going to take one more set of data, and it is going to do validation of this one. So this type of thing. Okay. What we are going to do, what we are going to develop, and what we are going to run, execute. Okay. So we are not going to develop the UI. We are going to test the UI. That's what we are going to see here. Okay. There is already UI, so you are going to test the functionality. Okay. That's what we are going to see. So you can see here different for different browsers. It is okay for different. See here, it has run 4 tests now, 4 times with the 4 different values. Okay, and it has been passed for 4 tests. If you want to get the results of it, then you can refresh it. Anyway, this is all will be covered in the frameworks topic. Okay, if you just refresh, you can see in the reports now. Today is what day? 121. This is yours. Okay, just you can right click. Sorry, cancel, or you can just drag and drop on your. Okay, you can see here now it ran for 4 things. This is, you can see the screenshots also attached, all these things. This is what we are going to develop. Okay, this is what we are going to develop. Okay, so this is what we are going to develop, and you can see like how many tests has been passed, and how many tests, 4 tests has been passed, and no failures in this, who has run this, all these things. This is what we are going to achieve by end of this course. Okay, this is what we are going to develop. For this, all this code have been written here. Okay, you can see this code all been written here. Okay, how we take screenshots, or and how we take reporting, all those things we are written. Okay, anyway, don't get panic. Anyway, I'm going to explain it in later on slowly, because okay, this is what we are going to do. Clear? Clear, guys? Okay, fine. So now what I'm going to tell you, like so we are going to work with Java. We should have Java first of all in our system. So to check if we have Java in your system or not, this is one way. There is one first way is you can just open a command prompt. Okay, open a command prompt. It will prompt to any location. Right now it is prompting to C users my name Riyaz. Okay, so Java hyphen version, if you give this command, it should show something. Okay, it is showing something like Java version 8. 1.8 means Java version 8 with some build number. Okay, if you are getting something like this, that means you already have some Java in your system. If you are not getting something like this, and if you are getting some error like Java is not, okay, recognized as an internal or external command or operable batch file, something like that, then that means you don't have Java in your system. Then you need to install Java first of all. Okay, how to install Java? And one more thing here, we are not going, Java doesn't come in a single, okay, Java doesn't come in a single software. Java is not a single software. Okay, Java comes with different things. Okay, for example, now let me take example. Okay, MS Paint. For example, now let's say you want to work on OOPS concepts. Okay, let's say you want to work on OOPS, object oriented programming concepts. Okay, till till JDBC. Okay, till JDBC means Java database connectivity. If you have something requirement like this, then you can just install something called JDK. Something called JDK. Okay, something called JDK. If you install JDK, it's enough. You can just start working with this one. Okay, you can start working with this. Okay, fine. Now let's say if you want to work on servlets. Okay, if you want to work on servlets, then you should have, for example, now let's say you want to work on servlets. Okay, servlets. So then you should have something called, okay, something called JSDK. Okay, something called JSDK. These are the softwares that we need to download. Okay, let's say if you want to work on JSP, that means Java server pages. So what I mean to say here is, don't think like Java is a single software, just you can install and you can start working. It's not a single software. It's a collection of subjects or languages. Okay, if you want to work with JSP, then you should have something called JSWDK, like this. Now if you add all these things like this one, JDK, JSDK, JSWDK, so on so forth, totally there are 15, I think so, 15 or some modules. Okay, if you do all these things collectively, all these things is nothing but Java. Okay, is nothing but Java. Okay, and what we are going to learn, core Java is nothing but JDK. If the other name for this one is nothing but, okay, basically Java is nothing but the logical name. Java is nothing but what? It's a logical name. Okay, Java is nothing but logical name. It's a logical name. In this Java, we are going to learn what? We are going to learn Java is a logical name. We are going to learn JSE, that is the module. Okay, we are going to learn something called JSE, Java Standard Edition. Okay, which is nothing but the core Java. That is nothing but the module name. And JDK is the software name. Is the software name. Got it? So Java is nothing but the logical name. JSE is nothing but the module name. Okay, the module name. This is nothing but your module name. And JDK is nothing but the software or physical name. Okay, JDK is nothing but your physical name. Okay, physical name, or I can say software. Okay, physical name, or I can say or software. Okay, so now for us, which one we need JDK. If you download JDK, that means you have core Java. You can start working Selenium with Java. You can start working with Java. Okay, start working with Java. But if you want to develop something like servlet, JSP server pages, you want to develop client architectures, distributed networks, all those things, then you should know you need to add all these modules. Okay, the whole thing is Java. Okay, But what we are going to learn? JDK, that is our basic module. Got it? Clear with this? Okay, fine. So we need to download now JDK. Now question arises, sir, which JDK? Because there are different versions of JDKs or Java versions we have. Which version of JDK we are going to use in real time? Real time, we will be using mostly Java 8 version or Java 9 version. Okay. Of course, Java is now having 15 or 16 version, but Java 8 is more stable version which can run in any mission. Okay. So that's the reason mostly real-time projects, particularly our Java, our Selenium with Java projects, will be having JDK 8. Okay, JDK 8. So we are going to download JDK 8 or 1.8 we say, or Java version 8. Okay, how to download it? In real time, you may not have the privilege to just download from Google, but if you are using your own system, you can download from JDK. And it depends upon your organization. If they have give the privilege to download, then you can go and download. Otherwise, you need to raise a IT ticket or software distribution ticket. Yeah, depends upon your organization. They will, IT people or some team will be there, so they will install that in your system. But if you want
Sir,
to
I have
practice at home, yes, please. Yes, Aziz, you have a question?
yes, sir. I have downloaded this one,
Oh,
JDK
super.
or Eclipse.
Fine, fine, fine. So for others, I'm just telling, okay, this is one very important thing, because without this, you can't start practicing. Okay, first you should have JDK. So just type JDK 1.8 version. Okay, download JDK 1.8. Okay, so if you want to download JDK 1.8 in your system, you should have account in Oracle. Now, before JDK was with Sun Microsystem, but now it is taken over by Oracle. So Oracle is tracking the numbers, all those things. So that's the reason they are asking to create an account if you want to download JDK. Okay, so it is free of cost only. No need to pay anything. Okay, so just click this one, Java downloads. But this is telling like Java 17 was available, but we don't want Java 17. We want which one? Java 1.8. Okay, if you want to download Java 1.8, then you should go to older versions, or you can see here. Okay, so you can see Java downloads 17 is there, and Java 8 should be here in the first page. If not, you can go to RQs. Okay, Windows. Okay, it's not here. Then open JDK early. No. Java RQ. Java RQ. Then you can go for Java RQ. So then you can see here Java previous releases now here. Okay. So in this you can just click on Java 8. Okay. Java SE8. Okay. There are two builds you can see here. You can just click Java SE8 and you can just download this one. Okay. How to download this one? So depending upon your operating system, mostly you people will be having Windows operating system. You should either choose any of these two. I think you people mostly have 64-bit. If you are having 32-bit, you can go with this one. But 99% will be having 64-bit only. You should click this one. Just click this one. You will then you need to just check this box and click download. But if you start downloading now, it will ask you to enter your credentials. Okay, enter your credentials. Okay, that's the reason you need to create an account. Okay, here you create an account, because before it was very free. I mean, now also free, but they are just having some accounts so that they want to track like how many people are using Java. So that's the reason. Before 3 years, there no such things. Okay, you can directly download that exe file, but now they are asking to enter these things. Okay, you can create your own account as per your email ID and just enter all those things and log in and just download. Once you download, you will see something and download something like this. Okay, JDK. Okay, JDK like this. Okay, JDK A2. I already downloaded this application, you can see here. this one. Okay, you will be getting this type of thing. Just double click it. Just double click it. It will ask you to enter next. Okay, just give next. There is no need to change anything there. Then you will see Java getting installed. Okay, now it is saying me like this version of JDK is already installed. Okay, if you want to, please uninstall the JDK and run this installer again to reinstall it. Okay, so because I already have the installation, then it is saying this way. Otherwise he will tell you like to uh, run this. Okay, let me uninstall and run it one more time for you. Okay, let me just go to control panel. Okay, go to uninstall a program. I will just uninstall this Java. You have something called Java here. Okay, I will right click. This is update, right? Uninstall. Okay, and again. Okay, I have uninstalled this one. Now I will go to downloads. It is preparing to remove. So if your system is very fast, then it will be doing in some seconds. This is the system I have i3 processor, taking some time. Fine. Okay. Yes. So it has removed now. It is going to remove the. I'm just uninstalling because to show you people how the installation goes. Like normal software only. It is nothing complex. Very easy. Okay. Fine. Okay, this step is not needed for you people because I am uninstalling, but for if you are installing, there is no need for you. This step won't be there. Okay, fine. It has uninstalled now. So I can go to downloads again. Let me show you the software. So this is one. Just double click it now because it is uninstalled. There won't be any software now. So when you double click now, it will tell you like, okay, let's wait, processing. Yes. Just click next here. It is going to try to install and it will tell you like, so you are going to install JDK 8 into this location. This is the default location. If you want to change, you can change it, but mostly by default it will be getting stored in the C program file Java folder like this. Okay, I'm just going to use the same thing. Okay, I'm not going to, because most of the system will have C folder by okay default, so I'm going to use this one. I'm going to click next. That's it. So it is going to install the JDK. Okay, now installation of JDK doesn't mean like when you after installation, if you go to command prompt, if you give Java space hyphen version, it won't give you a Java. Okay, that is configuration we need to do, that we'll learn, we'll be learning in tomorrow's class. As of now, only installation. Okay, installation. Fine. Now you should get like Java is successfully installed. Okay, message like that. Okay. Done. Okay, that's it. It is telling now Java SC development 8, that is JDK 8 64-bit is successfully installed. That's it. Close. So what is the proof? Proof is if you go to C drive, if you go to C drive in program files, you should have a Java folder now, which should have this Java 311. This is the folder, right? JDK 311. Okay, we have here. Just now installed. Okay, so it is installed now. So like I have other versions also for the previous batches we have seen, but now this one is the proof. And this doesn't mean like Java is configured. Java is just installed but not configured. How to configure it, that we are going to see in next class. So by tomorrow's class you should be able to download your JDK, maybe this version JDK 1.8 311 build. Please try to do it. Okay, I will stop this recording now. I will take up any questions.